Hey everyone, Charlie here with Advent Tech. Today we're doing an unboxing video of a new model of Chromebook you definitely want to know about. It's a Lenovo 500e, which you're probably familiar with, but this is a G4s. The G4 model is new this year. If you're familiar with Lenovo, you might know that the 100 and 300e models were upgraded to G4 last year. That's still the current model for the 100 and 300e. The 500e has two versions now of the G4. There's the G4 and the G4s, which I'm going to unbox today. And so let's go ahead and start unboxing, and I'm going to keep talking while we go. You might remember, if you remember this about Lenovo, that last year, maybe starting even the year before, they started upgrading some of their 500e models to a 12-inch or 12.2-inch screen. Now, the current G4 model with 500e is still 12.2 inch. The G4s is different. The G4s is an 11.6 inch screen, just like the most of the Chromebook models that are out there in the market, right? This thing does have a great 65-watt adapter. I love that. And of course, it's USB-C. We're going to put that to the side and keep unboxing. And we're going to talk about this model, what makes it so interesting. And this is the first time literally I'm taking it out of the box. We're going to put a bunch of stuff to the side. So what's interesting about the G4s that Lenovo has come out with this year? Again, this is exclusively for the Lenovo 500e line. Besides it being a little smaller, which is the old specs, let's talk about processor. So the option that's in the market right this minute is for the N100. It's a 4-core, 4-thread. It's a great little processor for a Chromebook, I think, and it works great. There's either 4 by 64 gig or 8 by 64 gig models available. So that's what's currently in the market for this. SKUs are being loaded right now, and product is probably being ordered for an N150 or an N250 model. So I would expect that there's probably going to be 4 standard models by the time you're buying these things in any quantity this summer. There'll probably be an N150 and an N250, 4 gig by 64 and 8 gig by 64 variations. But right now you could buy this like I did with an N100, and this is the 4 by 64 gig model. It is the first Lenovo model made for students that has, if you can see this, 2 USB-C ports. Now, what's so cool about that? These are 2 fully functional USB-C ports. You can do display and power out of both of them. It also has the 3.5 millimeter audio jack. Love that. And it has HDMI, and it has a USB-A, which is 5 gigabytes per second, and that's a 3.2 Gen 1 model, right? Back to the USB-C ports, they are both 10 gigabytes per second transfer speed, and they're Gen 2 models. But again, this is the first time ever Lenovo with the student Chromebook model, one of these 11.6-inch models, has had 2 USB-C ports. I mean, how cool is that? And that they're both display and power. Didn't expect that. I mean, even my 2-year-old Lenovo laptop, which I love, has 1 port that just does power and 1 port that does display and power. And so this is so cool that they've done this with this model. Okay, a couple more things that I think are interesting. It's got a Google AUE date, just like the other Gen 4 model, right? The slightly larger model. It's got a Google AUE of June 2033, right? So that should take you pretty far into the future. It has a keyless trackpad, which I think is interesting. I think just in terms of lowering the number of points of failure, I think that's actually a really smart design for a student device. It's also got 2 cameras on this device, right? And I love when there's 2 cameras always because it's super versatile. It's got this one that faces you, the sort of selfie camera, and it has a shutter for privacy. You can turn it off to keep it off at all times, a manual shutter. And that's a cool feature. And then it has the world-facing camera. What does that mean? In case you don't know, world-facing means when I'm using it in tablet mode, there's a camera on the keyboard that faces out. So I can go take pictures. I can do things with the world-facing camera that I can't necessarily do with the selfie or self-directed camera. I do love the display on the 500e 4GS. It is an anti-fingerprint display. Anti-fingerprint technology, you think it's not a big deal until you actually see the difference between whether it's an interactive touch panel or a Chromebook. You can see a real difference between how much it picks up fingerprints when it is an anti-fingerprint screen. This thing is tough as all get out, like most of these 500e models are. That passes 22 different mil-spec tests for durability. And probably the last thing that would be important to note is it does not come with a native stylus. So I haven't seen any of these models yet that come with a native stylus, although it can be upgraded. So it's pen upgradable to where you can buy the Lenovo stylus and put it in there. But I haven't seen any of these models yet that actually come with a pen. Some of the 500e traditional models do, but the 500 G4s, I think because they put so many other things into this, like the 2 USB-C ports, it doesn't come with the stylus, and that helps to reduce the cost a little bit of the model. If you have more questions, you want to know more about this cool little brand new device, we would just absolutely love to talk to you about it at Advent Tech. We sell these devices all the time, and our motto is we educate, we sell tech. So I hope that you found this unboxing video interesting and helpful. If you have, go ahead and give us a call, and we'll give you a price on these guys. Thanks, Lenovo.